I just get off the phone with the director of financial aid at a rather large university in the South, and the results of that conversation was so alarming that I had to do this video. Here's how it went. I asked him, I'm calling from out of state. How would I qualify for in-state tuition? He said, well, you'd have to live here for 12 months because that's state law. And then after that, you'd qualify for in-state. And I said to him, well, what if I can't afford the full amount that's being required by your school, which means that I'd get some financial aid, my student would get some financial aid from the admissions office, some sort of a grant, but the difference was, let's say, $20,000 that I'd have to come up with. He says, well, you'd have to come up with the $20,000. But if you're in-state, it would be a whole lot less, like maybe $1,000 is all you'd have to pay. And I thought, wow, really? I said, well, coming from out of state, if all I can do is come up with, let's say, $5,000, what am I going to do? In other words, you're telling me I got to come up with the other $15,000. He said, no. He says, that's a different question. I said, really? I mean, I knew where that was going. So I asked him, I said, okay, so what would you do? He says, well, we would make up the difference. I said, so in other words, you would, if my need were $15,000, you would make it available for me to come. You would supply the other $15,000, and I'd only be responsible for coming up with $5,000. He says, absolutely. I said, do you get that question a lot? He says, no. I said, oh, you've got to be kidding me. So if I had ended the conversation at the point where he said that I wouldn't qualify for in-state tuition, that I would have to come up with the first $20,000 and ended the conversation there, my son wouldn't be going to that school that he had dreamed about going to for years. Wow. Killing a dream because of not knowing what to ask. That's the reason why I do what I do. Because parents don't know what questions to ask. They don't know so much of what is costing them thousands of dollars that they don't have to spend money for if they only knew what questions to ask. Hope this doesn't happen to you. Good luck to you. I'm Paul Hemphill.